The only thing Akira could dream about was her. The touch of her delicate hands on his own. The smoothness of her skin. The beauty and delicacy of her figure. Akira and Miki both together embraced in one union, to become of one flesh, of one body. He couldn't deny the feelings that he had had for her for so long, the feelings that had now been amplified. Every waking moment, every day that passed, ever since he changed, it was becoming increasingly frustrating to ignore. Every time she walked past, he would get a whiff of the smell of her perfume in the air, and he would linger on it for a while. It was intoxicating. Now he was no longer safe, not even in his own dreams. In his own dreams, he gave in to his desire to have her in every way that he wished, to have her scream his name. And as Akira finally awoke from that dream, he found himself back in the living world, a bit ashamed of the actions that had come, but you know what they say about dreams and how wet they can get. As he awoke and cleaned himself up, he went downstairs, almost having no recollection of what had happened just the night before. He had saw on the news that a storm had hit by in a town not too far away from them. On top of dealing with the damages from the storm, there was also the growing killing spree that was taking place. Safe to say, it was starting to become much more dangerous out there. But for Akira, there was also something else. Someone else. A man dressed in a pinstripe tan suit, sitting with his hat on his lap. A man that he recognized quite well but hadn't seen in almost 9 years. Damien Fudo. Akira, you're finally awake. I'm sorry, we didn't want to disturb you. We knew that you were quite busy yesterday, but Miki's parents would explain that Akira's father had shown up. No call, nothing of the sort. Of course, Akira wasn't angry with his father. He never had been. Sure, after his mother's untimely death, his father became distant, agitated even. At the funeral, he had never seen his father so stoic. And yet he could feel this intense aura, this hatred that was welling up inside of him. And yet it seemed like he was doing everything in his power to keep himself from going overboard. Akira, Damien would say. Dad, it's good to see you, son. I can tell that puberty's definitely done a number on you. Yeah, something like that. If you don't mind, I've called your school. I'm pulling you out for the day. I was hoping we could have a chance to catch up, if that's all right with you. Damien would ask Miki's parents. He was grateful for them looking after his son, and he wanted to show that respect and courtesy, and they were more than willing to accommodate. After all, Damien was a very, very busy man, but he always made sure to look out after Akira. He always provided money and any subsequent funds that they needed to take care of him, and even though they always said that what he gave was more than what they needed, he felt compensation was in due order. After all, these were people looking after his child, and they were more so friends of Akira's mother than they were him, although he did know them well. He wanted to show his gratitude. As Akira grabbed his jacket, both he and his father would head out as they went for a stroll. There was an awkward silence between the both of them. Their relationship wasn't tumultuous. It was just more so one that was almost non-existent. Say for the occasional phone call or a handwritten letter or a postcard here and there. They hadn't been face to face in a long time, and a lot had changed. So, puberty, huh? Damien said. Yeah, it's, I know, it's a strange time. Your body's going through a lot of changes. You could say that. Tell me, have you been to any parties recently, son? Why would he mention that? Did he already know? Did he suspect? No. How could he suspect? I don't go out very much. Understandable. I was never much of a party man myself, but your mother was always a lively individual. She was always the talk of the town, and there wasn't a song she couldn't dance to. Yeah, not that I'm not happy to see you, but what are you doing here, Dad? There's no point in lying to you, Akira. I know everything. What? I know what you are, what you've become. Look, I don't know what you're thinking, but you're a hybrid, Akira. You're half human, half demon. Come on now. Be real with me. You do know, then. And I take it this isn't your first time dealing with demons? On the contrary, Urahara called me, filled me in on what was going on. I came back as soon as I could. So, you know about demons, huh? Of course I do. I am half demon after all. You're what? Then what does that make me? You are half demon, of course, but your powers were dormant. I was hoping that it would stay that way, but you got mixed up in a situation and it caused your powers to emerge. You weren't merged with a demon, Akira. You've always had one inside of you. What? I'm sorry. You're saying that yes. At that Sabbath, a demon didn't hop into your body. The situation merely jump-started what was already set to happen. This is all... Oh, God. Yes, I understand you'd probably feel that way. And when were you going to tell me? Honestly, I was never going to tell you. I was hoping that you would just stay this way. That your body would never react. That you'd never have a reason for your power to awaken. You would just stay a regular human for all of your days. How? How are we like this? I mean, what are we then? Are we humans? Are we monsters? We're hybrids, but I assure you, you are a human. You're just as human as your mother is. You have a heart, Akira. Do not doubt that for a second. Then tell me everything. I want to know. Very well, then. As I'm sure you're aware, there's more to this world than you originally thought. Yeah, the different realms and stuff, right? Shinigami, beasts, devils, gods, all that stuff. It's more to it than that. When it comes to the realm of the gods, more specifically, there were 3 factions who were at war. You know them as the devils, the angels, and the fallen angels. They've been in a bit of a 3-way deadlock for millenniums now. And during that time, the original leaders, the original 4 devil kings, and God himself were killed. Since then, new kings have emerged, along with a new chieftain in the heavens, who calls himself Michael, of course. So what does that have to do with us? What if I told you there weren't just 4 kings? There were 5. There were 5 kings. 5 devil kings, each one with a distinctive title. Serzex, Seraphol Leviathan. You know. But there was a 5th king, a 5th title. And that title was known as the title of Mephisto. The Mephisto family served as the 5th in the line of devil kings. And they were the only ones to have an original survivor. However, this survivor did not want peace. This man, this being, Mephisto, wanted to continue the war, but the other 4 kings were against it. So, when the 4 new kings came into power, kings who were chosen by deed and by stature and not just by old family tradition, they band together and exiled Mephisto. And they sent him to the realm of hell, keeping him imprisoned there. Safe to say, there were some devils who did not agree with that, and a devil civil war soon took place. In time, though, peace would reign in the underworld realm, and a new Mephisto was chosen. She calls herself Lady Mephisto, and even though she technically does not assume the title of being a 5th king, she is very much on par with the other 4. In fact, she even helps in maintaining the souls. She has warriors that fight on her behalf. Spirits of vengeance. Ghost Riders, as they're called. A Ghost Rider? Yes. Warriors chosen by the spirit of vengeance, imbued with her power. You'll know it when you see it. So what does that have to do with us then? With you and me? Our bloodline is tied to that of the Mephisto family. Because of that, we are hybrids, if you will, a mixture between human and devil. You could say that we are something like demon, but not quite. A demon would love to take our body, but they can't overcome our human spirit. That is what keeps it in check. So we're a hybrid. If we're more devils than demon, then what's the point? The point. When a hybrid is born, Akira, the body contains 2 souls. There's the human soul and there's the demon soul. As you know, you have your demon soul that is dormant within you. But when you went to that Sabbath, all of that dark energy all around you, it caused your demon soul to awaken. The part of you that lay dormant was brought to the surface, but your human side was able to resist. You were able to fight it. You've managed to do what I have done. You conquered your inner demon, and now you have the power of the demon at your control. They were calling it Amon. So, your demon even has a name. What about you? I don't know. I never gave it the chance. So, what now? What's this have? What about Mom? What happened to her? Nine years ago, your mother was attacked. Someone was trying to summon demons. a man looking to start a war. He knew that I would be a potential threat, so he chose to come after me and my family. When it came down to it, it was either I save you or your mother. And before I even had a chance, she made the choice. She chose you over herself, Akira. That's why. I know you needed me, and I should have been there for you, but I couldn't let it go. If they wanted to come after me, I was fine with that. After all, it's what I do, fighting against the demon, making sure that they will never rise again in this world. But when they chose to come after my family, I could not forgive them. I spent the last 9 years traveling around the world. Every time there is a demon sighting, I arrive after. I took up the name Hellstorm, because to the demons, that is what I am. I am a storm, a burning fire of fury that cannot be contained. And I will eradicate them. I am the protector of this world. So you're like a superhero. I wouldn't call myself that. I'm nothing but a man with a grudge. And I see you feel the same. Of course I do. They tried to hurt Miki, my friends. I mean, I don't like them, of course. I don't like the situation. But if I have this power, if I can do something with it, then I owe it to everyone to try. I need to figure out what happened to everyone else. Your friends are all right. Where are they? The one known as Jericho Drum was picked up by a young man. His name was Yaga Masamichi. He's a fellow student at the Jujutsu High. They practice in cursed energy and they fight against cursed spirits, I believe. He got picked up. He had to be taken for treatment. Along with that Shinigami boy, he was picked up by a fellow Quincy, a boy with white hair and with glasses. The Quincy girl went along with them. And as for the Valkyrie, well, she's gone to the Valhalla Embassy in Kyoto. We have an embassy? A lot of the gods have embassies all around the world. Not just devils, angels, fallen angels, but you have Valkyries, you have those in the Egyptian pantheon, and so on and so forth. Always a beacon for those who are in those camps, if you will. So everyone's on the sidelines. The demon you fought was a powerful one. I was surprised at the power you and your friends were able to put out, especially the Shinigami. That sword of his, he probably doesn't even realize, but the flames that he produced, they were not ordinary flames created by Reishi. Those were hell flames. Hell flames? Yes. Somehow he's able to summon flames from hell. I don't even know how he could pull something like that off, but if he is able to harness it, it will make him powerful. If he's not consumed in the process. So what are we going to do then? It's simple. We eradicate the demons. We stop them before the summer solstice. Everyone's talking about this summer solstice. Is the barrier really going to be that weakened? At the turn of every millennia, yes. Every 100 years or so, the barrier that divides our worlds, they're temporarily in a weakened state. You could say it's a form of recharge, if you will. Kind of like how you have to recharge batteries. And during this time, when the barriers are at their weakest, travel between worlds is at its most convenient. As such, the barrier that keeps the souls of hell in place it starts to become malleable. And when someone tries to make a crack big enough, it opens the floodgates. But who would do something like that? Take your pick. Anyone that becomes aligned with the demon and stands on their side will do their bidding. Ultimately, they have but one goal: to release Mephisto into our world. So what, he's just been stewing in hell for all this time? That he has. And when you have that much time in a world of darkness, you don't come out with sunshine and rainbows. Mephisto will mean to lead an army from hell onto our world, conquering into the realm of gray before moving to the realm of white, distorting the balance between the trifold. And if he does, it could be the end of everything. They say that he has the title of the one below all. Is he stronger than the one above all? You know, the Soul King? Hard to say. The existence of the one below all is said to be a mystery. No one's ever lived to see him. Mephisto, however, is real. And whether he has the title or not, it makes no difference. He would be doing the very bidding of the one below all if he is able to open the gap. That is why we can't allow it to happen. So who do we have to face? He is a man who I have fought many times. I have killed him 7 times. But each time he manages to survive. He is truly like a cockroach. He has gone by many names, but now he is only known by one. He is the embodiment, the master. He is known as Pandemonium. What, Master Pandemonium? No offense, Pops, but that sounds like a cheap cartoon villain's name. You can think whatever you want, but he lives up to the name of Pandemonium, because wherever he goes, death and destruction are sure to follow him. Even now, his presence has many in Japan spooked. The members of the 3 great clans are even starting to gather their forces. The great clans? Yes, practitioners in the Jujutsu arts. The Gojo clan, the Zenin clan, and the Kamo clan. And it's even said that among the Gojo clan, a prodigy has been born. He's only 9 years old now, but if he is allowed to live, he will grow quite powerful. And even at death, that will not be the end of his story. When he moves on to the next life, I'm sure that the Shinigami will be eager to recruit him. What's so special about him? He was born with 2 distinct techniques in their world, known as the Limitless and the 6 Eyes. Okay, so he has cool eyes and what? Limitless. What can he do with that? If you ever meet him, you'll find out. Even now, Azazel is calling together a meeting with the fallen angel generals. Michael is preparing his forces, and Sir Zex is calling for a meeting with the Devil Kings. I will probably be called in soon after. We must make our preparations to make sure that the gateway to hell is not opened by any means. Oh, please. I'll make sure that I wipe out every one of those demon scum before they even get the chance. And besides, it only happens once in 100 years. It's not like some kid's ever going to be born that's capable of opening up a gateway to hell. I mean, that would be ridiculous. Don't put it past them, Damien would say. In this world, you never know what to expect. In the meantime, a woman sitting in the passenger seat of a car, along with her driver, watches from a distance. Is that them, Miss Serene? It is. I never thought that I would get them both. The father and the son. Amon and Hellstorm. You wish to devour them. Of course I do. Nothing's better than the relationship of a father and a son. But I want them to be free. I want them to be their true selves. I will have them, Kaim. I've been aching for this. What about what the master wishes? He will gain his prize. But for me, I crave the flesh and the blood. This concludes Devilman Crybaby, Summer of 1999. What if Akira was the son of Hellstorm, Part 6. This is what I would like to call the midway point of the story, as we've now covered the first 5 of the 10 episodes of the Devilman Crybaby anime. So from here, you could say that this is more of a transition episode than anything else, because from here, we're going to be getting into episode 6 through 10, which will be covered in parts 7 to 11. And that will wrap up the entire portion of this series. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of a heads up of what we're going to be doing as we go into the second half of Devilman Crybaby, Summer of 1999. What if Akira was the son of Hellstorm? And stay tuned tomorrow as we continue with part 7. But anyway, that's going to do it for the end of today's video. I'm Javon Harrington with Power Core Productions and Podcastings, signing off, and I'll see you next time.